As the saying goes, April showers will bring May flowers. But I am growing more than flowers this season. I want to grow lots of vegetables. And this cold and rainy season is the perfect opportunity for me to start my seeds, and especially the ones that love the cooler weather, to germinate. So come along with me as I show you the steps that I take and the thinking behind it. Don't be deceived by the sunshine. It is 46 degrees outside and it is so cold. It does help to be in the sunshine, but it is so cold. But I have so many seeds that I want to plant today. So I want to take you guys along and show you what steps I take, what I plant where, the decisions that go behind it, and just the whole process in hopes that it'll be helpful for you guys. So come along. So I have two gardens. This one is not fenced, and here I choose to plant things that, well, that the deer and the bunnies won't touch. So things like garlic, potatoes, ranunculus. I'm gonna plant my dahlias here. I have my lavender, kind of things like that. In this bed, I planted beets and carrots. And I even had the netting over it and everything. And the deer like pushed through and crawled underneath and ate a lot of my beets and carrots. So that was a lesson learned. So a lot of the things I am gonna plant in this garden. The balloons are going. This is they outlived their life. They are going. But I'm thankful for all of you guys for watching, for all my 1,000 subscribers. So thank you. For beets, I always love, oh, I didn't get more of it. Ay, ay, ay. I love the cilantro, that's my favorite type, but I'm out. Okay, I guess I'm forced to use what I have, even though these seeds are from 2022, like the original. I don't want them to be sweet because I'm gonna pickle them. So I'm thinking Detroit Supreme. These are 60 to 65 days to harvest. And my seeds are from 2022. So the early wonder tall gets 3 to 4 inches globes, tall, glossy leaves. Great for pickling and fresh eating or juicing. So this is 45 days to germination, and those are 65. So those will be a little bit longer. Carrots are so fun to buy seeds for just because they're eye candy. Like you see, ooh, a yellow one, ooh, an orange one, ooh, a purple one, ooh, a rainbow colored one. So it kind of makes you want to buy all of them. And I don't know, to me, I think I'm not that quite picky, so a carrot is a carrot. Okay, so I'll do one purple, one yellow, and then maybe we'll do the red one. 5-inch long roots, wide shoulders, grow through heavy soil with ease. Sweetest carrots you will ever eat. Okay, so sweetest carrot you'll ever eat, and passes through a heavy soil that grows through. And it's a little bit earlier. Oh no, it's not early. Well, it says late planting. This is heat resistant, this one. And then this one is not as many days, 65 days. So we'll do this one. Red colored Chantonnay, a yellow one, and a purple one. So last year I planted carrots in this row. I always plant them in the same bed, and they do great. They get a good amount of sunlight here. Not all of my garden gets full sun. So I choose the carrots in this area and beets because they can get the most sun in this specific bed. Here, this gets shaded out by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock maybe. And then this area. And then that area gets shaded out by, actually that area gets evening sun, but it doesn't get much sun in the morning because our house shades it out for a few hours. So it's kind of like I have to do my little calculating math and think who goes where. It's not like I can plant anywhere I want and things will grow. I have to think, where's it gonna get the most sun? How long? Good. And then I just go a little bit this way too. So I'm not really lifting the soil too much. I'm just kind of opening it up for it to breathe. Exciting. So with carrots, I plant them twice in a season. I'm gonna plant them now in the spring. And then, I can't remember, I think it's August that I'll harvest them. And then I'll plant my fall crop of carrots. And they'll be in the ground until December, I think. And then I'll harvest those last. So what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of soil to this bed. I mean, it looks fine, but it's just, I feel like maybe I need to add something since it's been a while. I think it was 3 years or 4 years ago that I ordered tons of compost that I spread on all my beds, but I feel like now maybe I need to add something extra. So I'm gonna add the soil, just something, some extra, because this has compost and organic fertilizer in here. So let me show you. This is kind of like the best thing I found at Lowe's. And I am gonna do this one, garden tone. I did that on my onions. I wanna do it on the carrots and the beets. I want to have nice straight lines, so I'm going to use these T-posts like that. So 1, 2, okay. 2, 3, 4. Last year I planted artichoke in this bed, but I guess not this year. So here I have my crimson clover that I was using as cover crop, and then it has the most beautiful flowers. They're just now starting, but they're gonna be nice little pink puffballs, and I have them on each side of my walkway. So they kind of shade a little bit this way, so that's why I don't want to go too close. I don't want to make a row too close to these guys because they would shade them out, so I have to go a little farther back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll do 2 rows of carrots and 2 rows of beets. So I'm gonna do this one first. So I am not gonna go just however deep this is. I'm just gonna plant the seeds. I'm not gonna go deep. And I am not sowing thick at all, like barely. I don't like to thin the carrots out. It's like such busy work. And they always germinate really well. If you just kind of envision for your carrots, like you'll have one here, one here, one here, one here. They're not even supposed to be that close when they grow. So just think, you don't even need that many seeds because you'll be thinning them out anyways. Oh, you know what? I only want to do half a row of purple. So then the next half, I'm gonna do the other half of the row, I'm gonna do the yellow carrots. And honestly, what I'm doing, I'm just gonna put a few seeds in the spacing where like the next carrot should be. So like an inch later, a few more seeds, an inch later, a few more seeds. That actually makes more sense for thinning it out later, instead of having a whole row of carrots. Here, you here, you here, you here. Kind of like that. Let's try it. See what happens. Okay, and a lot of people have a hard time with getting their seeds to germinate. And that's never been a problem for me, just because I love watering. And so I'm over here watering all the time. Make sure that you have to think, like, since you're not planting them very deep, the top part of the soil gets dried out so fast. So like within a day almost, you know, if you have an 80-degree weather, right? At the end of that day, that soil is already dried up. So I come pretty often and I just make sure that it's always damp. That's all they want. They want sunlight and they want dampness. So I'm just gonna kind of pinch and then make sure they have contact with soil, that they're not have air pockets and falling into some hole. So in this row, I'm doing early wonder, and why I'm choosing it to do here, by 4 o'clock or so, this is shaded. So I'm thinking if it's an early wonder, you'll be done in 45 days. And then I'll have then this space, this kind of like this area, and I can plant some flowers or so. So like in a month and a half, I can plant some maybe zinnias or something back here. But then this one is gonna be my long one. And so that'll just keep growing. Same with the carrots. And I'll harvest them all together. So I'm thinking here I'll have time maybe to use my bed a little bit more. I am just putting one seed every inch or so. So one little ball actually has tons of little seeds inside of it. So you're actually, when you plant this, you're actually planting a lot of seeds in one little ball when it opens up. So it's just planning to just do one and spread it out. So this is why my seeds are so old, because when I use them, it doesn't take many seeds for this row, and then I have tons left over, so I'm not gonna throw them away. Still use your old seeds. They're still good. Seeds have lots of life in them. The older the seed is, a lot of times that matters, like the germination rate is lower. What you can do is just sow it thicker. With beets, I don't really enjoy eating them fresh as much, but I love them pickled. So I pickle them and then I just have them throughout the year. And I actually have a Russian potato salad that calls for pickled beets that I use this for. And then I make my Russian borscht soup with those pickled beets. So I have 2 recipes that I use them for. And then we also just eat them plain as a side dish. My kids actually love it too. So my 2-year-old and my 8-year-old, they like to eat them just on the side. Whatever meal we have, just have beets on the side, so we eat them that way. So our Indiana weather is crazy. One day, just a few days ago, it was 81 degrees, hot, just like summer. And then today it's 46. And then tonight, we're supposed to get freezing temperatures, so I think it'll be like 34. But they said freezing in the forecast. And then hopefully we're gonna be done with the cold weather. Hopefully. Cold nights. But it's just crazy. The joke is with Midwest weather is if you don't like it, just wait 5 minutes and it'll change. Constantly changes. Done. Feels good. 2 rows of carrots, 2 rows of beets. So let's water it and then move on to the next thing. When I water, I like to go over the rows twice or so, just because when you first water it, it takes a while for the water to soak up. So I let that soak up and then I go back again and let it soak up more. I love watering. If anything, I'm borderline over watering things. I just love it so much. Just feel like it's like the one thing that plants need, water and sunlight. And I can't give them sunlight, it's all up to God. But I can give them water. Next thing that I want to plant is cilantro. So I have a few different kinds. I have this Moroccan style one. So if you just want cilantro, you plant it out and then harvest it within 60 days. So in about 2 months. But if you want, so the little seed pods, then you have to wait 110 days. The seeds smell so good. I really love cilantro, so I'm excited about this. Oh, the seed smells so good. It just makes me think of pickled stuff. But this is what the seeds look like. So this is coriander. And then if you harvest just the leaves, that's cilantro. And then in 2 months, I'm gonna harvest it and freeze it. And then I'm gonna use it for just whenever I make salsa, which is not gonna be until like August, probably July or August, when I can a lot of salsa. That's what I'll be using this for. So I'll have to freeze it and then use it then. So I'm excited. But they don't like the heat, so they kind of thrive to be grown right now in the cooler weather. And then when it gets like super hot, they just go to seed really quickly. So now's the time. So I have this one cute little spot here that can I do 2 rows? So I'll just do 1 row. Just because I'm afraid if it doesn't do well in this area, then I've kind of put all my eggs in one basket. So these seeds are from 2023. You can tell that was my seed buying year. All my stuff is from then. My peas, my carrots. Oops. Oh, it's starting to get very windy. And these, you can put them together pretty close. They don't get very like deep roots. Oh, can I make this last whole row? So they can be close together. I already have a volunteer popping up. That's fun. And I have tons of snapdragons. How pretty are these? Morning Star from Baker Creek. These are perennial in my zone. I did a short on that. But these are perennial. They come back every year. And this is their 2nd year, I think. For those of you that didn't see my onion planting video, I'm gonna explain this again. So sorry for those of you that have seen it, but I feel like I need to address the elephant in the room. So my watering can, the nozzle thing broke, and I saw on Instagram or somewhere online that somebody, like, they put a spoon, they attached a metal spoon to the nozzle, and when you water, it creates like a cool little umbrella of water coming out. And I was like, that's a good idea. So I tried it and it works. So I'll need to eventually get a new one, but right now this works. And the handle broke too, but it's fancy, so it works. So anyways, it creates a cool little umbrella. So then the water doesn't come out too hard and doesn't kill all your seedlings and everything else. So I have this other area that's completely on the opposite side of my garden. And I'm gonna plant some cilantro here. A few years ago, I planted it here and it did so well. Just because this area gets a little bit of shade. So I think they like that. So I'm gonna plant some cilantro and then I'm gonna plant some dill. I have tons of volunteer dill coming in this area, but I'm gonna plant more. It's always best to use your own saved seeds just because they're from plants that have been grown in your soil, native soil, and acclimated to your environment. Okay, so cilantro is done, aka coriander. Usually with dill, I just spread that all over my beds. I just throw the seeds in like every bed because that's like the one herb. I don't care if it grows with other things. I love it so much. I love dill. I use that all the time for potatoes. Put it on potato. I dehydrate it and then do it on potatoes. I have a tomato cucumber salad that I do it on. I put on eggs, on everything. Oh, it smells so good. And obviously then I will need it when I pickle things. So I gotta make sure. Ooh, that's a lot of seeds. I got these seeds from my friend Ruslana. Shout out to Ruslana from 2022. That's how old these seeds are. So I still had lots. She gave me lots of seeds, and so I'm still using those. But I do save my own as well. Okay. They don't have to be planted deep. Thank you, Ruslana. I'm still using them. Still think of you every time. Okay. Cilantro, check. Dill, check. Perfect. Now to water them, and then we'll be all done. Shower. This makes me so happy, it feels so good to plant stuff, just like the, I don't know, just the possibility of things growing, things that you eat. That's like the coolest aspect of it. It's like, wait, I can eat that? That's fun. Doing good. Spring is here. Bring it on. I am ready.